Let's try again. This one seems to have worked. All right, let me just get this posted to the chat. Okay. Now I'm going to get myself quick mic check. And that is working. Cool. Right. Good afternoon. Welcome to Aero League Racing. Good afternoon, Deck. I'm well. Thank you for asking. Looking forward to what is in store for Tier 5 White at the iconic Mount Panorama, or Bathurst as we all know and love it. An absolute bloodbath, more likely, is what I'm expecting. It's been like that in most of the tiers, but we'll see what this tier can do for us. I'm sure the racing will be just as exciting as all the other races have been. An absolute shock from you, Chaos, in a good way or a bad way? Shock as in you did well, or shocking as in you did shockingly bad? And if it's shockingly bad, I'll join you, because my race was absolutely awful too. Hate this track. It's probably the worst track on the calendar for me. So glad it's over and done with. The second worst track is next week, which is great. But at least it gets out of the way. Oh, very bad. Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on you then. You're not going to get away with it that easy. Cool. So whilst everyone is joining in, we are going to run through our qualifying positions and times. So we have got in 16th place, we've got Gilby, I believe is a new driver to Tier 5 to ALR. So welcome along for your first race. Baptism of fire with this one. So he set his time with a 2:08.9. So a little bit on the slower side, but probably erring on the side of caution not to push it in the wall or anything like that. Then in 15th place, as you can see on the marker, is Chaos Druid with a 2:07.2. Actually, not that bad, all things considered. So moving forward, we have got 14th and 13th place. This is what will this be? The 7th or 8th row of the grid. We have got Fred Monster in the BRZ with a 2:06.4 in 14th place. Then in 13th is Abule in the Beetle, sporting another different livery this time out with a 2:06.1, getting a second quicker into the 05s is a lockout for Team BMW Z4. We have got Dr. SD in 12th place with a 2:05.9, and just half a tenth ahead of him is his teammate Phil with a 2:05.4. Then we're moving up to the top 10. So in 10th place, we have got in the RCF is Krilly, and I think that might be Damon. Is that one maybe? We'll find out in a moment. And he got there, just missing out on the 2:04s, but a 2:05.2. And then in 9th place is Fracas in the Genesis with a 2:05.0, almost into the 2:04s. So good showing from the Gen X driver. Then we got to 8th place with the the M6, which nice livery, really nice livery, sporting an M4 style front grille. Does look very good. So who have we got there? That is D-Dubs, and he gets the first person into the 2:04s with a 2:04.878, that is. And Beck just hits him at the line in 7th place with 2:04.853, 200ths of a second between these guys. So getting really tight at the front end then. Then we got into 6th place is Goran in the BRZ with 2:04.7 and Blade Runner next to him in the new 911 with a 2:04.6. So these guys getting very close now. We should be interesting to see how things pan out off the line. All these cars, apart from the M6 that you can see in 3rd place, pretty good off the line. So 4th place then, we have got Blade Runner getting a 2:04.6 and Gamer, and that is, sorry, 4th place was Gamer, wasn't it? Blade Runner was in 5th place. So Felipe Mazda is a 2:04.2 in 4th place. Next to him is Big Popper with a 2:04.218, just 300ths of a second between these guys. Then in 2nd place, we've got our current championship leader, Jezza, and he has got a 2:04.095, so just missing out on the 3-second mark. And finally, in our pole position is Deck, and just getting in there. Well, I say just getting in there, just missing out on the 2s, actually. This is an incredibly fast time. A 2:03.197. That is faster than probably 3 of the tiers above him. So the Audi definitely favouring this track, despite not being able to do curbs all that well. It's certainly done a spectacular job in the qualifying this round. So, without further ado, let's get into the sprint race. We'll get out of this and let's drop onto Big Popper. The BMW will be a little bit slow off the line, but we'll see how everyone else does as we look into this race. So 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Is anybody going to make a false start? It looks like everyone gets away cleanly. Big Popper does actually have a pretty good start, although Jezza has flown away with it in the Beetle, getting that 1st place. And already we've got contact going off. That's Felipe Mazda, and he has got... Let's jump on board with him just a second to see what happened. He gets a good start, keeping alongside with Big Popper. Gets a little tap from behind, but that's okay. Oh, Big Popper gets totally loose and punts him off, and that has put Jocker off as well. Oh, and there's been all sorts of collision. This is, oh my goodness, it's not going very well at all. So we're going to have to go through this one again. So Jocker comes round, gets collected by Mazda, and then comes in, takes him out yet again. Oh my word, this is ridiculous. Right, we're going to have to probably try and go through this one a little bit slower just to see what happens. So Big Popper has had perhaps a snap of oversteer and gone into the side of Felipe. That's punted him off. Then on the rejoin, he collects Jocker. So there's the contact with Jocker. Now, what happens? As he comes on, we've missed it. So we'll jump on with Phil because we saw Phil get taken out with this one as well. So he and Dr. Esty are having to bide their time. There's a little bit of bunching, but actually everyone getting through turn 1 pretty good, apart from what we saw at the front. So Felipe trying to rejoin. Oh, that's how it happens. He gets squashed into the side, takes him out, and then is that Abule? Yep, he gets taken out as well. This has been an absolutely horrific start for everybody. Actually very close to what happened in Tier 4 White, but only 1 corner later we had almost the same thing, and it all happened off the line. It was an absolute bloodbath. So a few people managing to get away from this. So Jez and Deck at the front managing to run away. Big Popper is also very close behind, getting an incredibly good start in the BMW. It isn't the fastest off the line, but he does manage to keep it tight to these guys, especially Deck. And everyone else is managing to catch up as well. Got a little bit of clean air going up the mountain, which certainly does help. And Deck really isn't enjoying his route down despite getting the fastest lap on pole. Doesn't seem to be very comfortable coming down the mountain at the moment as they come through to Forest Elbow. As Big Papa gets a little bit loose. I think that's going to compromise his exit enough now. He's not going to be able to close that gap to Deck. Whether or not Deck can close the gap to Jezza and get a move done before the heavy braking zone at the end of the Conrod Straight. He's going to go for it. He's got the inside line. He's late on the brakes, gets it to the apex, parks it on there, and shuts the door on Jezza. Jezza's got nothing for that. Can't get a switchback done. Although we do have two more left-hand 90-degree corners, and if he gets the exits right on this, now coming up to turn 1, we may see him get a run as they approach the mountain. Big Papa going very wide. That's not going to help his chances. Jezza needs to do everything he can to try and get ahead in this race. So Deck is taking the defensive line, moves back over to the braking zone. So these guys gonna have to try and play it safe as they go up the mountain. The dirty air through this is going to be absolutely awful for Jezza to sit behind. As we'll just drop back down and see how everyone else is doing. So Becky's in 5th place and looks to be all over the back of Blade Runner as well, who managed to get away from the incident on lap 1. Not too bad. We've got D-Dubs in 6th place. Dr. Esty and his teammate are up into 7th and 8th. Brackus is in 9th place, with Felipe actually having recovered not too bad up into 10th place. Going purple. I think they'll all be going purple at this stage though. But a disappointing start for him. He wanted to go a little bit further up the grid than he currently has. Then we've got Fred in 11th place. Damon is in 12th. Chaos has managed to get up to 13th place, so benefiting a little bit from the As he goes very deep into Forest Elbow. But he's benefited a little bit from all the chaos that happened at the beginning of the race. Then we've got Gilby up into 14th place as Jocker is absolutely pushing him along. The top speed of the BRZ potentially hampered along this straight as soon as he gets into the clean air, but he does manage to make the move, stick around the outside, gets the move. Gilby looks to have tried to make a dummy there, and it's cost him dearly because he's gone off track, and that's given the position back to Abule. Last place for Gilby on his first outing is not going to be what he wants to see, but we'll still 7 laps left to go, so we'll see if he can make any moves up in the RCZ. So Deck managing to pull quite a substantial gap on Jezza now. Big Popper still in 3rd place, but we've got everybody catching him up. Blade Runner and Beck both getting very close. Big Popper, of course, will have the the clean air, which is massive in that M6. The M6 is awful to drive in dirty air, loses all of its downforce and gets very tail happy. And then Blade Runner, Beck, D-Dubs, Dr. SD and Phil all going to be in a dirty air situation, trying to get... as Blade Runner goes into the wall, and it's going to be a 15-point turn trying to get out there. He does his absolute best, manages to ghost, fortunately, as he's really not able to get it going again. But there we go, he's got damage front and rear. Rejoins as safe as he can. It's difficult enough through that, getting an Austin Powers moment. Yep, there it is. Dirty air. Gets it loose. So, unfortunately for Blade Runner, that's put him all the way down into 15th place. So, Abule in arguably the meta car for this track is closing the gap pretty quickly now to Joker in front of him. He's going to want to do everything he can to set himself up so that coming into turn 1 he gets a good exit and gets these positions. Look, he's all over the back of him. Abule is just so much quicker in that Beetle. Although he's lost quite a substantial amount of distance now, unless he can get this first corner absolutely bang on. Looks like he does a pretty good job early on the power. He's in the slipstream of Joker ahead. Is he going to see an opportunity to make an overtake coming into be able to make any kind of moves coming up through the mountain section? It is just a procession, as Chaos said, aboard the Chaos train. Abule going a little bit wide there. That's going to compromise his line. Blade Runner's looking to have a little sniff of a position, but doesn't get it done, thinks better of it. Now Abule needs to absolutely nail this corner. Going a little bit wide again, compromises his exit. So we might see actually Joker getting a very good exit and all over the back of Chaos. Now if Chaos can keep it close enough, he'll still have... Oh wow, they almost come to contact. Chaos is going to have the inside line now. Brilliant bit of defending from Chaos, as we would expect. Keeps that position, hanging on to 12th place. And it's allowed Abule to close the gap as well, because these two have been fighting. Let's see Chaos keeping Joker on the outside with the fastest first sector as well in that 992, and Joker goes wide. That's going to allow Abule through, is it? Not quite enough. Oh, side by side, there's a little bit of contact, puts Abule into the wall. He's practically wall running around as Chaos does the same. He's going to compromise. Oh no, there's contact as well. It puts Chaos round into the wall. Joker wins ultimately out of all of that. Abule manages somehow to get through. He does still have damage. Blade Runner benefits from his teammates' demise, and he's in 14th place as Chaos now has Gilby all over the back of him. So now Gilby's got a sniff of an extra position. Chaos has got to get his... Oh, well, I say that. Gilby goes off, and that releases Chaos as well to try and catch up to the field. And we saw him do that in... what track? Where were we? It was Dragon Trail. Had an absolutely blinding stint in the Porsche. So we know that Chaos does have the potential to close that gap back up to his teammate ahead. So moving back forward up the grid then, we have got Damon in 11th. Felipe has managed to get into 10th place and is closing the gap to Wally ahead, as we have... Oh, we are going to have to jump back just a little bit because something happened at the front. Oh, that looked bad. So Jezza was leading the race by a comfortable margin as he comes into Forest Elbow, going over the hump. Oh, getting a strange bit of... Oh my goodness, that is absolutely terrible for him. Surprised he hasn't got engine damage. The physics of the game really not working out for him. It looked like he ghosted through parts of it and then got collected and pushed through, and again by Beck. Does Beck have any damage? He doesn't have damage. Neither does Big Popper. So the pair of them have ghosted through Deck, who's somehow managed to get absolutely demolished through that section around Forest Elbow. Fortunately, doesn't have permanent damage. That will clear itself out in the next few seconds, but man, that was an absolutely awful situation to be in for Deck. So he's done it all the way to 5th. but he's got the pace. Is he going to make any positions back up through the grid? Little over halfway, well, 3/4 of the way through the race now. So this is brilliant for Jezza in first place, as it looks like Big Popper's got the run on him again. This is going to be an overtake if he gets it done. Who is last of the late breakers? Jezza goes too deep, he's off the right line and it's cost him, and now Beck is closing up huge amounts of time to Jezza. Big Popper, good racing from him. Oh, getting the arse super loose on that M6 though. That's allowing Jezza to close the gap, but the dirty air is going to be awful for him. Managing to pull away though on the downhill section of the mountain through the S's and the Big Dipper. Fortunately not getting any kind of penalties. Now Jezza is coming under pressure from Beck in third position. This is going to be a slam dunk for the mighty power of the Lexus. Although having said that, the Beetle really is such a good car. A real sleeper. Not so many people selecting it, although it has become slightly more popular of late. But still, a lot of people not having chosen it beforehand. So it looks a little bit stable at the front end. So let's just drop down and see how everyone else is doing. D-Dub still in fourth place. Deck behind him in fifth, not able to close that gap too much. Phil is in sixth place with Fracas very close behind in seventh. Then we've got Dr. SD in the second, M&M's Z4 in eighth place. Felipe has managed to make it up into ninth place now, ahead of Jocka. Let's just jump back and see if that was... It was just on this last lap. So what happens here is we see Fred goes off just after this. It's all by himself, doesn't get it stopped in time. Felipe trying to be as clean as possible and a little bit cautious, but that's allowed Jocka now to catch up, although the Subaru just not having the legs on the R8. Jocka will have the slipstream now though. As we can see, Fred has also got company behind from Damon in the other Lexus. Going for the outside, he's going to have to try and get the move done all the way before the turn though, and he's not going to have it done, so this is going to be... Oh no! Fred has binned it coming up the mountain. That was... What happened there? Comes into the braking zone, very late braking. Oh, gets it on the curb. That curb can unsail the car so much, and that is the evidence of it. Puts it in the wall, damage all over the front of that car. So that's a difficult end for the race for Fred. He wasn't doing too bad as a recovery from the beginning of the race, but now all the way down in 14th. So how is it working out for everybody up here? Blade Runner is back up into 11th place now. He's just got to try and keep it pointing in the right direction as he comes down the mountain yet again. So everyone not doing too bad so far. So Jocka not able to do anything so far against Felipe. Not quite close enough, I don't think, as they come onto the Conrad Straight. I think that's position gain for Felipe. He's not going to have any pressure behind him. So we saw Fracas was very close to Phil earlier on, but Phil has managed to pull away from him. So clearly making an overtake, and the Z4 has got the legs on the Genesis. Perhaps the Z4 a little bit more nimble than the Genesis. It is a very big car. So the final lap then. The last time we'll see these guys go up and down the mountain for the last time. Phil going half a second quicker on the first sector alone. That is a huge improvement. Let's just jump ahead and see what happens with anybody. Does any more shenanigans happen at the front of the grid? Jezza has lost that position to Beck. Still down in third position, but it'll be one place further up the grid for the feature race though, as Big Popper has done a brilliant race. As far as we can see, his pace has been very consistent as well. 204s into the 205s just as the tyres start to degrade a little bit as well, to be expected, but still doing very good lap times, very consistent lap times, which is what you need, and no crashes, which is the biggest thing of all. So Jezza a bit too far away, but he does have Deck, who has the fastest lap of everybody, very close behind in the 204s consistently, apart from, and here we go, there's a little bit of contact coming into the last chicane. Deck managing to get an absolutely brilliant overtake done just before the final corner of the race, as we see Big Popper come across the line now to take his first win of the season, and there he goes across the line. Then we've got Beck in second. Deck recovers to third place, and that drops Jezza down to fourth. Then we've got D-Dubs in fifth. Phil, great result for the Team Z4 in sixth place. Fracas gets seventh, the teammate of Phil, Dr. SD, in eighth place. Then we've got Jocker coming along in ninth. Felipe did lose out and gets 10th place. Then we've got Blade Runner recovering to 11th place. Abule in the other Beetle in 12th. Damon's in 13th. Then we've got the last few guys. Fred is 14th in his little Subaru. Then we've got Gilby. Oh, how did that one? Did that happen just at the end? Chaos looks to try and recover a position as they both go a little bit deep. Manage to keep it back onto the blacktop. And Gilby recovers that position. Or getting a little bit loose. It's too little too late for Chaos. And that is it. Gilby gets 15th place and Chaos comes across the line in last place. Disappointing race for these guys, but they kind of finished in where they started. So, very good start to the sprint race, or a dramatic start to the sprint race, but a good finish nonetheless. So we'll jump into the feature now. There we go. Taking its sweet time. Okay. Right, before we get into this, let's get our information up. And let's have a look through our tyres that everybody's on. So, finishing in 10th for the sprint race gives pole position to Felipe. And he will be starting on the medium tyres. So will anybody here be able to do the medium soft one stop? That was probably the best strategy you could go for, but it does require looking after some pretty dead tyres at the end of their stints. But more than likely, they'll be the medium hard or the hard medium, potentially able to do a two stop. But you really have got to nail it to be able to make that one work. So Felipe's on mediums at the front of the grid. Then we've got Joker in second place, also on the mediums. Dr. SD is on the mediums as well. Fracas is on the mediums in fourth place. Phil is on the mediums in fifth. Then we've got D-Dubs is our first hard runner in sixth place. Jezza is looking to make as many positions as for the hards as well, the opposite of his teammate. Then we've got Beck in ninth place going for the hards. Probably a typical choice in the Lexus. It is pretty awful on its front tyres. Then we've got Big Popper in 10th place, our race winner for the sprint, starting in 10th place in with the hard tyres as well. Blade Runner going for the mediums. The Porsche is a little bit better on its tyres. Abule also opting for the mediums. Then we've got Damon on the hards in 13th. Fred's on the mediums in 14th. Gilby's on the mediums in 15th. And Chaos bringing it up the rear is on the mediums as well. So a lot of these guys in some of the lighter cars will probably make a couple of moves on these hard tyre drivers in the first couple of laps, just whilst everything gets up to temperature. So with all that said, let's get ahead to starting this feature race. Here are the pips, and it's lights out, away they go. Felipe getting a good start. Already, Joker is... Oh, what happened there? Already, Joker is under pressure from Dr. SD. So Felipe's managed to pull a gap on him already. Then we've got Fracas and Phil just behind. Dr. SD looking to have a go on the first lap as well. Got to be brave, and he gets it done. So he's caught Joker napping through that one. This is a great start for Dr. SD. Now we've got Fracas will also be looking to try and get a move done, but now they're coming up the mountain. It is going to be single file. Jezza doesn't get the best exit possible, and that's allowed Deck to completely close up to his rear bumper, but he's going to have dirty air as well. As you can see the back end of him getting super loose. It spins him round. Oh, right at the beginning of the race as well. So that is absolutely nasty. So we'll run back down the grid, see who is where. Phil's in fifth place. Jezza's in sixth. That promotes D-Dubs to seventh. Big Popper just behind his teammate in eighth place, already having made two positions since the start of the race. One of them was a gimme, obviously, but he got ahead of Abule, and Blader is now in 10th place. We've got Fred in 11th, and Beck is looking to get that position over him by the end of the straight, although he doesn't seem to be close enough to be able to do that one. Perhaps opting for the slipstream and saving fuel, thinking of the long game with this one. And obviously the fuel tank in that Lexus is enormous, so the more fuel he can save through the race will definitely benefit him for his pit stop. Got his teammate behind in 13th. We've got Gilby and Chaos fighting for position as well. But these three, Chaos goes a little bit too deep. Let's just jump back and see what happened here. So Chaos looks to the inside, last of the late breakers, but doesn't get it stopped enough. Goes into the side of Damon, makes sure he hangs back to give the position, but that's lost out two positions now for him. So he's still in 15th place, but The winner out of that one is Gilby, up into 13th place in the RCZ. Nice looking livery on that one as well. Very trick. So Damon will want that position back. Is there anything that he can do? Doesn't look like. Oh, as though Gilby goes into the wall, gets it wrong, and he gets the position back. As there's more contact. Fortunately, no damage. Gilby does have damage though. So that is. Oh, Chaos going around the outside. Oh, there's been contact again. What happened here? Oh, and there's a yellow flag. What's happened? So we're going to jump up ahead just to see what happens here. Who is it? Plenty of dirty air available. It's somebody further up. So it's not Felipe. It's not Jocka. It's not Fracas. Not Phil. Not Jezza. Not D-Dubs or any of these guys. No idea. Doesn't look like anything happens then. So we'll just jump back one more time because there is a bit of contact between these guys. Oh, gone too far. So he puts himself in the wall. That compromise, he moves over, perhaps trying to let oh, there's a little bit of contact, and I think that actually was from Chaos more than anybody. It does look like Gilby wants to let him pass, but he's got a yellow flag and he can't do anything about it. Oh wow. Right. That was more contact. Pair of these guys not able to do anything, and that's all the while it's just allowing Deck to close up. More contact again, more damage. You see Deck does the same. So Chaos is definitely going to have a good run coming down the straight now. Will we see him make a move? He's still in the slip, pulls to the inside. He's going to get this one done way before even the bend in the road. So that is a position gain for Chaos. Just don't bin it coming into the braking zone. Pair of them just about keeping it on the track, although now Deck is all over the back of Gilby as well. He's going to have a go into the final corner. Oh, he gets a little bit loose, and that's going to allow... Oh, he hit the limiter. It's going to allow Gilby back through though, manages to recover it. He's got the inside line for the corner. Oh, gets a little bit loose though. Is that going to allow Deck through? It looked like Deck got it wrong too as well, actually. And that little RCZ is managing to pull away from Deck. They're coming up to the braking zone. Is anything going to happen? Or is a little bit of contact? Oh, there's been something happen up ahead though. What's happened for Phil? So Phil was in 4th place. He'd made a couple of positions, I think. Oh, is he just... What happens there? Oh, he just... Wow. A little bit of an invisible wall with the wall. Just has to sit there, unfortunately, whilst everyone comes through. Picking up a little bit more damage just to try and recover. So that is a disappointing start for Phil. He was doing so well at the beginning of this race. Chaos going around the outside. But all the while, Felipe is just running away with this at the front of the track. Many seconds ahead. to his nearest rival Joker, who's still got Fracas very close behind. Then we've got Jezza now up into 4th place. It's a pretty good start for him, managing to capitalise on the misfortune of others. We've got Big Popper into 5th as well. So must have been D-Dubs has either had a mistake or a little bit of team orders and has let his teammate through, and at the same time Blade Runner has managed to capitalise on that. And we've got Abule in, getting it all kinds of wrong as Abule somehow managing to hang on to it. A proper brown trouser moment. Then we've got Fred in 9th place with Dr. Esty in 10th. Oh, Dr. Esty was doing better than this as well, actually, wasn't he? So we've got Phil in last place. What happened to Dr. Esty then? He was up into 2nd or 3rd place, I think. So he's had a unfortunate part of the race at some point as well. Not too sure where that one happened, but we're going to leave it for now. Otherwise comms will take several hours to get through. Nobody's got time for that. So what have we got further up here then? Abule is definitely closing the gap to D-Dubs in 7th place. D-Dubs is on the harder tyre. He's definitely not going to be as quick. You can see his lap times pretty consistent. A 208.8 in both instances. And what is Abule doing? He's doing pretty much the same sort of time. He's got a very good exit. Well, both of them getting a little bit loose. Looks like the M6 has just got the legs on the Beetle. Might be safe for one more lap against Abule. So let's just jump ahead and see how everyone's doing up here. So Big Popper's in 5th place now. Obviously a very strong showing in the sprint race. Definitely his cup of tea, this one. Now let's have a look at the fuel loads of everybody. So the Porsche is definitely doing a lot better than Big Popper in front of him. The Big Popper does have better tyres. Jezza's doing a little bit better on fuel as well. Fracas not so good. But these big engined cars definitely going to be a bit more thirsty. The little BRZ sipping its fuel nicely in 2nd position, and then Felipe a little bit worse off, but actually still not doing too bad a job in the R8 with a big V10. As he goes a little bit into the wall and pushes him wide on the exit, coming down the mountain now. This very difficult complex of corners through the dipper. Oof, getting very loose. But currently setting the fastest lap on the mediums of 2:04.9. He is in the zone. 2 seconds quicker than his previous lap. So either he's pushing a bit, or pushing a lot harder, or he's just in the zone and making it count, wanting to try and extend the gap as much as possible for the 20 laps of the feature race. But these guys spreading out in the field a little bit. Our closest battle seems to be Abule and D-Dubs, but even that Abile is not able to really close the gap to the BMW driver. And we've got Dr. Esty in 9th, Bex in 10th, Bex up into 11th place now. What's his lap times like on the hards? Oh wow, 3 to 4 seconds slower than his teammate. Coming across the line though, that time with a 205.6 on the hard tyres. Now that is getting quick. So Deck has also managed to find his groove. And we've got Phil in 12th. Gilby's up to 13th place. This is not a bad start for him. His lap time's a little bit on the slower side, but looking after his fuel, looking after his tyres. So Damon is holding up Chaos now. You can see the difference in lap times. Chaos is clearly quicker, but he's in the dirty air. He's got nothing that he can do whilst they're going up the mountain. So he's going to have to get his downhill section through the S's absolutely perfect, close the gap up as much as he can through into Forest Elbow, nail the exit and close the gap as quickly as he can to get another move done as he did earlier. And we've had somebody disconnect, haven't we? We've only got 15 people in the thing now. Oh, whoops, they're the wrong way. So Damon gets it wrong. I think Chaos just put it in the wall a little bit as well, so that compromises his exit. But Damon has closed right up to the back of Gilby, and he's already looking to have the overtake done before they even get to the bridge. So Gilby now all the way down to last place. I was just checking the comments on YouTube. So there's a good overtake. We'll just jump back and watch this one again from Chaos, as I missed it. So it goes up from last position. The two ahead of them fighting for position. That's terrible for Gilby. Gets knocked off a little bit by Damon, maybe. I think we've seen that one in the steward's room. That's going to allow Chaos nicely through on the final corner and gets another position. And Damon really isn't going to be able to do anything about it too much on the harder compound tyre. Chaos trying to break the toe from Damon behind. And I think he's going to have it done enough so that he doesn't have to worry about Damon making a move. So we'll jump up ahead and see how everyone else is getting on. Phil's in 12th, Dex up to 11th position. Still doing pretty good times on the hard tyre in the Audi, but at the compromise of fuel. Just running a little bit lower than everybody else around him at the moment. Through the dipper he goes, closing the gap to Beck ahead of him. Beck's times a good second or so slower than Deck, both on the same compound of tyre as well, so that is just pure pace now, we can see from Deck. Dr. Estes' tyres are beginning to look a little bit worse for wear, as we see Jezza coming into the pits already. let's just have a look at this. This is a very early pit stop. And so both of the Beetle drivers are coming in for a fresh set of tyres. It's going to be the hards, unless they're trying to do a two-stop and get some clean air. We'll just stay on board with him, see what happens. Only taking a little splash of fuel, so I think this might be. He's going, oh, so he's doing a two-stop, but he's gone for another set of mediums, and then we'll see a set of softs at the end. What about Abule? Is he doing the same? He's put on a lot more fuel, so I think he might be hards. Nope, they're still mediums. So a split strategy in terms of fueling then. So one of them going for very little fuel, one of them going for more fuel. Abule perhaps trying to go for a shorter pit stop second time round and not having to do anything when he comes in. But now he's got a lot of work to do to try and get ahead of everybody. It's not the kind of track where you can get a lot of overtakes done. He's got Damon on the hards ahead of him, so it might not be too difficult to get past him. However, after that, you have got the Minister of Defence, Chaos Druid, who is not going to make it easy at all to give up that position, because we've got a little flash of a yellow flag ahead. What's happened here? Can't see anything just yet. So Jezza's catching up to the back of Blade Runner pretty quickly. The fresh rubber. Oh, Blade Runner's got damage as well, so that's where our little yellow flag came from. As his damage clears off, but the Aero is going to have cost him enough for this point in the race. Trying to go, it doesn't look like his brake lights are on through that one. So that's another position up for Jezza. This is very good for his championship points. He needs to try and make as many places as possible. Everyone else has still got to make one more pit as well. But all these positions that he can make up count for his overall position as well. Dirty air again, was it? Well, next week we've got the what is considered the British version of the Nürburgring at Brands Hatch, and although there's not as many walls to hit, there's certainly a lot of grass and kitty litter to go off into, so the slip also causing a lot of dirty air at that track, and I am not looking forward to it in the slightest. But there will be lots more opportunities to get an overtake done then, so you know there's a silver lining with that one as well. Oh, you're on the back of Big Popper. Well, that is a shame, because that's quite a bit further up the grid, and oh, as Deck gets it all kinds of wrong again. How has he done this one? So, oh, clips the wall on the inside, taking it a bit too tight. Then puts it in the wall again, does a full 360 all the way around, manages to ghost out of the way of everybody, gets back on it. So that is a disappointing loss of positions for Deck. Oh, as he collects the wall again. Oh, I think that was that Blade Runner that time. Somebody gets it wrong. Chaos and Deck both enjoying Brands Hatch. Well, good for you. So Felipe is now in off the medium tyre at the front of the grid. He was a country mile ahead of everybody else, but he'll be making a one stop, going to the hard tyre. See where it puts him out compared to these guys. It looks like he might already be out, to be fair. Actually, it's not the longest of pit stops, although he is still there. He's fueling at the minute, so he has dropped behind his teammate and Blade Runner. As there he comes out of the pit lane. Oh, just misses out. But he's in 10th place, and everybody ahead of him has still got to pit as well for at least one more time. So we'll keep an eye on Felipe's position. He's currently in 10th. And what tyres is he on? He's on... Oh, he's on another set of mediums as well. So he's going to make another pit stop. That definitely surprises me. And look how much fuel he's got as well. I think there may have been a mistake on how much fuel he needed to take. And I'm pretty certain he's already done a medium stint. So, I mean, if he doesn't... I mean, he's going to have to take another pit stop, isn't he? So there we go. So that may well have cost Felipe the win, I think, for that one. So let's have a look at the front of the grid. Now then, so Dr. Este is in 4th place. Oh, we chose the wrong tyres by accident. Oh, what did... Well, even if it's an accident, that's still got to be another set of tyres. And yes, Chaos, I am doing live ACC comms this evening. So you'll get to hear my dulcet tones one more time. And if anybody else wants to join in and follow along, feel free. Comms will be about, I don't know, what, 20 past, 7:30. I'll start the stream for that one. So now we've got the top 4 all coming in for new tyres and fuel. That promotes Dr. Este all the way to the front. I think we're going to see a medium soft one stop from Dr. Este. He's done well with his tyres before. Be nice to you tonight. Well, if you do well, you'll be treated very, very, very fairly. Now I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be good. Brand new season 10 for ACC. New rivalries, new championships. It's going to be a very exciting beginning race and a brilliant track to do it at as well, at the Red Bull Ring. One of my absolute favourite tracks, that is. So then, Jezza is up into 2nd place, benefiting from the 2-stop. Got quite a good gap to Beck behind, who still has to make a pit stop as well. So this is actually very, very good for Jezza's championship hopes. How far behind Dr. Este is he? Not close enough to make a move on this lap, but I imagine that we will see Dr. Este pit around about lap 13. It was the 13.7 was the optimal time for the medium soft strategy. That's what I did myself, and it definitely was the quickest strategy. I just couldn't keep it on the track. It was my own worst enemy, and I binned it 3 times. Such is Bathurst. Terrible track in my opinion. Great to watch, horrible to drive. Okay, so Blade Runner's now into 3rd place, still running on the very used set of mediums, so another potential medium soft runner here. Then we've got Phil closing the gap very quickly as well. Also very worn set of mediums. I agree, Chaos. Shouldn't be on the calendar, and yet people keep voting for it back. Then we've got Felipe has managed to get all the way back up into 5th position. Oh, that's because people pitted. Fracas, I think, was ahead of him though, so he's pitted as well. He's come out on a fresh set of hard boots. Then we've got a Bule behind on his mediums, and that's 7th place, but he's still got to do one more pit stop for a set of softs. We'll see him come in lap 14, 15, if that's correct. And then we've got Bid Popper in 8th place. He's on his last set of tyres, so he's built to the end on a fresh set of mediums. Oh, you're kidding. Bathurst on ACC. Skip that week, mate. No way you'd be doing that. So Big Popper's definitely got the legs on a Bule ahead of him, but it's just very difficult with that dirty air to get a position. Will we see the M Power do its thing? And he closed the gap. Is he going to be late on the brakes? He is late on the brakes. Closes the gap very much. Oh, gets it stopped just in time. Sometimes these camera angles make it look a bit closer than it is, but that looked like he was just about to kiss the rear end of that Beetle. And that's definitely not going to help a Bule now. Big Popper's got the move. He's got the inside. And it's going to be a slam dunk. There it is. Oh, as he gets a big tank slapper on, it's going to give the position back to a Bule. Now, if he's clever, he'll work with a Bule and perhaps try and push along. So he knows that a Bule's got to do another pit stop. So just bump him along a little bit. Help him catch the gap up to Fracas in 6th place, and then when a Bule pits, you've got a couple free positions. Oh, getting a little bit loose again, the rear end of that M6 because of the dirty air, and also taking on a very steep part of the track, so unbalancing the car. Very close, these guys. Oh, it looked like he was going to go side by side then. Fortunately, he pulls out of it. Just needs to get a good exit out of Forest Elbow. It looks like he was about to do it again. And Bule's managed to pick himself up a half-second penalty for cutting the dipper a bit too much. He's going to serve that one this lap, and that's an absolute gimme now for Big Popper, who doesn't even want to try and wait for the opportunity at the penalty line. He gets the move done before they even come out the corner almost. So up to 7th position on merit now for Big Popper. Fracas ahead on a set of hards, so we'll see him probably catch up. And now we've got all of the medium runner guys coming in. So Dr. SD pits, Blade Runner pits, Felipe pits, and Phil pits. Phil running out of fuel as well, so that promotes Jezza up into 1st position. But he also, I think, has to make another pit stop, which might well be at the end of this lap. Hopefully he didn't make a error with his tyre choice as well. I don't think he did, but he is absolutely miles ahead of anybody else at the moment. Now, then we've got Big Popper in 3rd. Abule's getting loose, coming up in 4th position. Then we've got Felipe in 5th now on a set of softs. He's going to be a man on a mission trying to close that gap. D-Dubs is in 6th place as well. Then we've got Jocker and Beck in 7th and 8th. Dr. Esti comes out in 9th. That's on merit, but he's got a fresh set of softs, so all the work to do now to try and close the gap to the front as quick as possible. And we've got Blade Runner also on softs as well, ahead of Deck. Definitely got some pace, has Deck, with the fastest lap so far of 204.4 on a used set of mediums. but all the while his fuel is getting lower, so to be expected. And then we've got so Phil's in 12th place, Damon's in 13th, Chaos is in 14th on a fresh set of rubber boots as well, or soft boots as well, and Gilby is in last place. And one thing I can tell you without question of a doubt, the RCZ is awful on hards. Absolutely awful on hards. So he's not going to be enjoying this at all. Now we've got back to the front. Are we going to see... Oh, he stays out for an extra lap. His fuel is very low though, so this is going to be the last one from him. And that is going to gift a couple of positions away at least, I think, with the length of the pit stop. He might just come out around Big Popper for third at the moment. We'll have to eagerly anticipate this one. So D-Dub's just starting his way up the mountain as well. Then we've got Abule in 5th, Joker and Beck. All this, really, these guys fighting for position very closely indeed. Dr. SD on the softs, Beck on the mediums, and Joker on the hards. Joker's got all the work to do to try and keep these guys behind him. As all three of them race through that section of the track. It was a brilliant camera angle to see that. Oh, Zabule gets it all kinds of wrong under the bridge, but nothing that anyone can do about it. They're not able to make an overtake at this point. Blade Runner makes a mistake. Right, we're going to quickly jump up to Jezza, who's now in the pits. So, what can Fracas and Big Popper do? There's no fuel going in his car. Jezza's lost it. The tyres, are they on? He's not even in the pit box yet. He's lost those positions. He's lost it to D-Dubs as well. And this is going to be super tight, even against Joker. He's going to... Oh, this is really not good for Jezza. Where's he coming out? Can't see him. Oh, there he is. So he gets 4th place. Comes out in 4th. What's D-Dubs on? So D-Dubs on a fairly used set of mediums. His time has been in the 207s, 206s, so pretty good lap times at the moment. So Big Popper's, sorry, not Big Popper, Jezza has got to be doing, well, I mean, 206s on his mediums previously, so Jezza's got to be in the at least the 4s to try and close this gap up now. 5 laps remaining, or 4.5 laps remaining. So a podium's not out of the question, but the win has definitely gone from him. So now, this is all for Big Popper. This could be a double P1 for the BMW driver. Fracas ahead on the hard compound tyre, but already, oh, not going to get it like that. Just approaching the halfway mark on the front right tyre of the BMW. He's going to have to look after his tyres a little bit better than that. He's closing the gap very quickly. Maybe we'll see a move come into the last corner. My word, he closed that gap quickly then, but Fracas able to get a much better exit. So not able to make any kind of move at the moment, but we saw this gaggle of cars a little bit further down. Oh, we've lost one of them. I think there's Beck. The Beck's down in 8th now. Oh, there we go. So we've got Beck, Deck, and Felipe all pretty close to each other. Felipe already nearly halfway through his softs. Both the Audi drivers pretty similar on there, although Deck's on mediums. Oh, as he gets a little bit of a tank slapper coming out of that corner, that's going to allow Felipe a bit of an opportunity to close up. But within the next lap or two, we're going to see Felipe's tyres drop off quite significantly, as with his lap times. Beck goes to mow the lawn, and now he's going to have dirty tyres for the next 30 seconds. It's going to allow Deck to close the gap. So Dr. SD is a little bit of a race on his own at the moment, doing a good job looking after his tyres and his fuel, plenty enough to finish the race on. And we've got Blade Runner now up into 6th place. This is a good recovery for Blade Runner. Got the position now to make the overtake against Joker. Will Joker get the inside? Doesn't quite manage to hang on to that one. And I think Joker is on the harder compounder tyre as well, so he's not going to be able to do anything too much. Just going to have to try and hang on to the back of Blade Runner and hope that there's a mistake as his tyres drop off toward the end of the race. Although, saying that, Blade Runner's already pulled quite a big gap on Jocko already. So I think he's going to look to lose another position here, as Dr. SD has got the run as well. Closing that gap up massively is Dr. SD. We see a move coming in here. He has a little sniff, opts out of it. So it's single file through the mountain unless there's a mistake from Joker. Now we are just going to jump back a little bit, because what happened here, so this was for the lead of the race. Big Popper on the Conrod straight, goes for the overtake at the kink, side by side. Fracas is going to defend hard. Still side by side, a little bit of contact, a little bit of rubbing. Again, side by side, two are probably the most equal cars on their power. Fracas holding the inside line. Big Popper's going to carry a bit more speed though. It's still side by side as it comes across the line. Coming up to turn 1, Fracas bails out of that one. Big Popper going a little bit deep, and that's going to allow Fracas to close the gap again in the slipstream. Fracas is going to have the run on this one, surely. He's not bump drafting, is he? He's getting his... he moved to the inside to fill his mirrors, but unfortunately he can't make the move now. The softer compound that Big Popper's on clearly still got a bit more of an advantage than the hard tyre. So that was really good close racing from these two. So at the moment, so long as there's no mistakes, this could be a double P1 for Big Popper. Absolutely brilliant result for him. Completely throws the championship up in the air at the moment. As it stands, we've got one more race before we approach the halfway. Well, I suppose next week is actually the halfway race, race number 4 out of 8. So Big Popper gets brilliant move done against Fracas to take the lead. Fracas then in second. D-Dubs, his teammate, Team BMW, pretty good result for them. Jez has managed to close the gap quite substantially. We may even see an overtake happen perhaps on this lap. This is what Jezza needs. He needs at least a podium to try and hang on to the championship lead at the moment. But that M6 really is an absolute powerhouse down the straight. Jezza going, oh, looks to the inside, gets a bit of contact as well. Let's just have a little look again, see what happened there. He goes for a late lunge. D-Dubs is opting for the defensive line, gets a dummy. Well, do you know what? Let's just have a look and see what happens at the braking marker. So goes on the outside, gets the dummy. That's the braking marker. So I'm going to say he's not alongside enough. No, not by a long shot. So at the braking marker, he's not alongside enough, but manages to brake a little bit late. I mean, you could argue maybe D-Dubs doesn't quite leave enough room, but he shouldn't have had to because he wasn't alongside at the start of the braking point. He gets the move done though, so if that one was reported to the stewards, we'll wait and see what happens. They should come out in a couple of days. Probably a little bit of a desperate move on Jez's part. He needed to get the position though, but maybe he could have waited probably for this straight, but he gets it done nonetheless. So Blade Runner actually having a really good race, a little bit on his own at the moment. Soft starting to lose their edge a little bit, so Jocko on his hards, he's actually going to start to be, as long as he can keep it pointing in the right direction, going to be able to start closing that gap a little bit as well. He's got all sorts of assists flashing on the right hand side of the bottom right hand side of your screen from Jocko helping him out. So Dr. Estes up into 7th. Ooh, that front right is really starting to look a little bit worn out now. Deck's mediums are coming back to him at this stage of the race, so will we see him make another position? Definitely got the pace for this track, just hasn't been able to hook it up. Well, no, he has been able to hook it up, he just hasn't had the consistency. He's made a few mistakes that have really cost him dear. See the fuel lights come on now, so that signifies his last couple of laps, or lap and a half, whatever it may be. All over the back of Dr. Esty now. Oh, as you see, another similar move as Jezza made. And that's it, it's a switchback for Dr. Esty, gets the move done, gets that position back, so all that effort has been undone for Deck. Now he's going to try and do it again with just on the final lap to go. Doesn't look like there's anything he can do about it now. Dr. Esty has managed to pull away. So let's have a quick look further down. As we see, Felipe is all over the back of Phil as well. Both these BMW drivers. Oh, look at the state of his tyres. So at least Phil has got slightly better tyres than Felipe. I think Phil might be pretty safe at this point, unless he gets it wrong himself. So, for the last time Big Popper comes down the mountain through the dipper. The last of the S's into Forest Elbow. Now watch this. What do you do? Please don't throw it away. Well, he's closed that gap up significantly already. Needs a really good exit out of here. Oh, Jocker's gone wide. What's happened to Jocker? We're just going to see him unweight the car. No, he gets it okay through there. Just, oh wow. Another invisible wall moment. And just spits him out. Absolutely terrible end to the race for him. Look at the amount of damage as well. But we're going to have to jump up, or just stay on him just for a second. Does Deck get the move done? It's going to be so tight. We'll come back in a moment, because just coming across the line now for the second time in pole position is Big Popper getting the double win. Then we've got Fracas in second. Jezza takes third place, hanging on to as many points as possible for his championship hopes. D-Dubs is in fourth place. Then we've got Blade Runner, excellent result for him in fifth place. Deck does make the move stick, holds that position for sixth place. Dr. Esty has to settle for seventh. Then we've got Jocker having a really unfortunate end in eighth place. Beck gets ninth. Phil drops to 10th place at the end of the race. Then we've got Damon in 11th. Abule gets 12th. Felipe, and his tyre's gone. Absolutely gone. Not able to do anything about it. Fortunately, there's a big enough gap behind him that he hangs on to 13th place. Then we've got Chaos coming across the line in 14th. Well done, buddy. You persevered and you got through it. And then we've got Gilby in 15th place. Unlucky race for him in a couple of situations, so we'll just help him along a little bit. Fortunately, no more mistakes at the end of the race. And then he comes across the line in 15th position. So that is it. Well done, everybody. That was a spectacular race. Excellent. Some excellent battles there. Really good driving. Really nice to see that from Tier 5. Really good good sportsmanship as well. So then, our calendar results, pre-stewards at the moment, still waiting on the steward results. So some of these positions may change. But currently leading the championship at the moment is still Jezza, but he has reduced his lead a little bit to D-Dubs. So we've got Jezza in first place. He's got 89 points. Second place is D-Dubs on 78 points. Very tight, actually, for the next few positions. Fracas is in third on 77 points. Then we've got Big Popper, our double winner. So this is massive for him, up now to 74 points in fourth place. Deck is in fifth place with 69 points. So that's it for our top five. That's pretty close on points between a lot of them. Then we have a bit of a drop to Dr. Esty in sixth place. He's on 48 points. What have we got? 43 points then for Blade Runner in seventh. 30 points for Beck in eighth place. Felipe is in ninth with 29 points, and tied along with him is Jocker in, well, so they're joint 10th then, aren't they? Ninth or 10th. Then we've got Black Charizard in 11th, who didn't race this race. So we'll see him next week, hopefully. Then we've got Phil in 12th. Monty didn't race either, and he's in 13th. Abule in 14th. Damon's in 15th. Fred's in 16th. Druid's in 17th. And then we've just got our reserve drivers. So for them, we've got Scooby in 18th. Stevie's in 19th. Richard's in 20th. Gilby's in 21st. Tropical's in 22nd, and Brachetti hasn't raced any of our races so far, but he is in 23rd. So there we go. Excellent races, guys. Look forward to next week's race at Brands Hatch. And just like to say thanks all for watching. Don't forget, if you fancy watching a bit of ACC, you can do so tonight. That'll be around about 7:30. And yeah, look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks very much for